What is up, planner friends? We are back. I am bringing you my finance planner. So if you watched the first video, which was a few weeks ago, it was me just putting everything together, but I still needed to get a few more inserts. Now I have all of the inserts added except for one, which it is a very minor insert, so I can just tell you it. And then we are also going to be adding a new insert. So this is the cloth and paper weekly checklist insert. This is a new insert that just released in the shop, I believe 2 weeks ago. And I will get into how I am going to use this. So I have it in ringed agenda. This is personal wide size. I am obsessed with this size. And I have a cover set on here, and then my dashboards are from where are my dashboards from? Norris Cove. Oh my goodness. That is where my dashboards are from. And I also have two in here that are from Crafted Design Co. And I keep this little bag. This is a pencil pouch, but in here is just the few highlighters that I use for each of my categories. And when I switch them out, I just switch out the highlighters that I keep in this bag so that I can keep the same color cohesive throughout the month. So we're going to flip right through and I'm going to talk about each section, and I kind of have some things blocked off so you guys will see what I want you to see. All right, so let me zoom you guys in just a tad bit. I think that is perfect. So again, this dashboard is from Norris Cove. The cover set is the front and the back, and there is a sheet that goes with it that is not in here as well. And also to the left of me, I have my planner box that has personal wide size in it. So this is the paper, like the card stock dashboard that actually comes with the cover set, but I just wanted it for the cover part. I did not want the dashboard. So this is the dashboard that I have in here. Again, this is from Norris Cove. Then I just have a yearly overview calendar, and then I have the holidays right next to it. So we're going to jump right into my section. So my first section is going to be my budget section. This dashboard also came from Norris Cove. This is like a financial wellness checklist. Hope that's good zoomed in. This is a financial wellness checklist. And this is from Fancy Plans Co. I do not write on here. What I will do sometimes is put like one of the plastic dashboards I have over it to, like, if I need to check something off or something like that. Then I just have a pocket folder with some information in here as well. So I'm going to just put that on the back. Then we get into my monthly section. So I'm going to flip to May. So I'm using the monthly admin calendar. It is literally one sheet. The admin calendar is my favorite calendar because it is not that many sheets. It's not going to take up that much space in your planner. So I have the month. And like I said, this is the May section. So along with the monthly calendar, I have the set of financial planning inserts as well. So the financial planning insert bundle comes with 6 months worth of the financial planning section. So what I did was, instead of putting it separate, having the months separate from the actual budget, I just combined the monthly calendar with the budget. Super easy, so that when I am writing things out, I can actually see it in that section, that calendar, make my note on the calendar, go to that area, that week of the budget, and be able to fill it out. So the newest addition that I am adding in here is going to be the weekly checklist. So you're probably saying, Celeste, why are you adding this? So this is going to be added because most of us pay majority of our bills in the first 2 weeks of the month, right? I think we could collectively as a group say yes. So what I'm going to do with this is, they are front and back. So let's talk about the insert. It is front and back. So I'm going to use this the first 2 weeks of the month, every month. I'm going to write out, the days, the first 2 weeks. So from the first to whatever for the first 2 weeks. And I'm going to write out the actual bills that need to be paid then. And I'm going to actually check it off. That is not redundant to this, because in these categories of the weekly expenses, I'm actually writing in, the bill and the actual budget and the cost of the bill. But if I do not, go back and look at this, then I probably did not check the bill off. So this is actually like a flash reminder of what needs to be paid the first 2 weeks of the month. So if that's, rent, car payment, car insurance, cell phone bill, whatever, I want to make sure that I write them down, and I want to check them off one by one, because if I write it on here, maybe I forgot to fill it in on the budget. I can, simply refer to my budget. Oh, I, made an extra credit card payment. I didn't put that on the budget. Let me make sure that I put it on here. So this is kind of gonna be very helpful, because again, it is for me to write what happens the first 2 weeks of the month as far as payments. And then to, it'll also help me with my budget, because I want to make sure that I'm budgeting for said bills in the first 2 weeks, not just paying them because I have, extra money in my account or something like that. So that is why I got these inserts, and it's going to last me for a really long time, because it is 15 sheets in here. So I may not need to use it every month, but I feel like I will need to use it every month, because again, we pay the same bills every month. But I definitely want to have this checklist style layout, so that I can make sure that not only am I budgeting for it, but I'm also checking it off that it was actually done. Because sometimes I will write something on my budget and I'm moving it from week to week, from week to week. So if I do it like this, I actually think I may check it off, because I say it needs to be checked off. And here is some examples of how you can use the weekly checklist as well. And the official name is the weekly checklist inserts. So that is what the official name of it is if you are looking for it on the site. And here is an example of how it can be done. So I'm going to use, again, like I said, one for the first 2 weeks of the month, or honestly, I may just use it for the first week of the month, and I may end up moving it to the next month so that I can go ahead and use the second half of it. But what I will show you from March, I use these quad checklists, these quad graph inserts. So I use this because I need to write out a list, right? So I may budget for the week household essentials, $60, but I may not even know what I need to buy, right? So I have used this to kind of write out what I need to buy, and I only really bought household essentials in the first week and then the last week. So I don't waste this paper. I'm going to move this to April, and I'll just put an April header here and just fill it in, and I probably won't use the back, so it'll just keep getting moved until the sheet is completely finished. And I just added this behind the monthly financial admin section. So that is how I use that section. The next section, so I have a pack that has multiple stickers in there. The next section is going to be for my income section, and I have removed those inserts. The next section is the debt tracking section, and I just have this dashboard again from Nora's Cove. This dashboard here came from Crafted Designs. So that is where this one came from, and another green one. But this one is from Nora's Cove. So in here I have a debt reduction tracker that I got from Fancy Plans. It is just front and back. If you want to track, one debt on the front, you can track one debt on the back. That is how I use it. I just inserted this blank one so you guys would be able to see. And then I also have a debt snowballing tracker as well from Fancy Plans. You can write your creditors across the top, opening balances, and then you can write your payments and everything out. And that is what that snowball tracker look like. And then my next section is going to be savings. Again, another dashboard from Nora's Cove. So I have savings tracker inserts. I got these from May Paper Co. I am going to Arizona and I want to save for it. So I am going to start this. The target date for me to have all of my money saved for Arizona is going to be July 2026. And my minimum deposit that I want to make is going to be $100. So I'm going to start depositing that into a specific account that is going to be just for that trip. So I can write the date, the deposit, the balance, and then I can also check it off here. I can write the dollar amount of each percentage. So what is 10% of 1,500? I'm going to write the dollar amounts at each one of them and check them, color them in as I go along. And the back of it is just simply savings deposits if you need more columns than the front. And then I also have another one, so I did not fill it all the way in, but this one is going to be for my birthday trip. My birthday is in December, so I want to have all of the money saved for my trip by October. That way I can book my trip, figure out where I want to go, what I want to do. All of that will be, well, the location will already be picked out to help me make sure that I'm saving the right amount. And then, once October comes, then I can get everything booked and do as I please. So my next section is my purchase section. This dashboard, again, is from Norris Cove. So in my purchase section, I have the yearly overview and I have purchase trackers. So what do I write on the yearly overview? I write down the spending, right? So I write down if I have each category, I write it here. So if it's a paying for category, a Klarna or something like that, I write it here. I budget myself for stationery money every month. So I would put down stationery and then I would put the total of said category that I list here. And then my purchase tracker is just simply for me to do exactly what it says. Purchase tracker, use it to track everything that I purchase. I almost track about every single thing that I purchase, unless it's something, super, super small, like postage. I got to mail something and it's, less than $20. I'm probably not going to write that one here. So I have the yearly overview inserts. Let me see. So yeah, it is the yearly overview insert by Cloth and Paper. And again, I have it with the purchase tracker. So I kind of just insert the purchase tracker sheets in between. So that's for July. I'll write the purchases over there. I've got front and back. And then I've got August, September. So I really like the yearly overview because I can break down all of the categories and total everything up from my purchase tracker. So I just have the yearly and then a few sheets of the purchase tracker in between each set of months on the sheet. So my next section is going to be planning. This is where I keep my wish list. So my wish list trackers are from May Paper Co. It's only 2 things on here that I wrote down that I wanted to sleep on to see if I actually want it. But I love these wish list trackers because you get 6 categories on a sheet, 3 on the front and 3 on the back. You can write down if, what is the priority level, check it off and write down the price. And then my next section is going to be my payments. So this is where I have my buy now, pay later trackers. So this is also from May Paper Co. I love her inserts. I think they are well thought out, the insert categories that she has. So again, the buy now, pay later inserts, you write down the shop, the items total, and then you write your paying fors. And it even has the little bubble detail so you can color it in once those payments are made. So that's everything that is behind the payment tracker. Then I have a miscellaneous section. I just gave myself a section just in case I need to write down anything. This dashboard is from Norris Cove. So I have this, what is this? The Kanban dashboard. And it has 3 sections on there. So it has a start, progress, and complete. You can kind of use this to put some post-its on it. And then I have that same paper that I showed you that I use like 1 sheet every 2 to 3 months where I write down the list of like household items I need to buy. So I write that down in here. And then I have a top tab that is just notes. This dashboard is from Crafted Design Co. I have the inbox dashboard. This is the pretty much version 2 by Cloth and Paper. So you can use this. You can write on there, or you can put Post-its on there. And then I just have lined paper in a pocket folder behind there that just has some stickers in there. So that is my complete, in-depth, in detail financial planning system. I do also have a ring binder for when I want to switch this into a ring binder cover, but I really like it in this cover system. So this is what I currently have it in. And this is how my system works. Like I said, I like to kind of get down to the nitty gritty, write everything down. I've got my top tabs that have everything broken down, and then, you know, my budget and things like that. So if you are, you know, looking to start a financial planner or binder, I think that, you know, my video should be very helpful to you. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and happy planning until next time.